Coming up on Globe Scholars, students travel to Cuba to see what Havana, Vinales, and Varadero are all about. From Cuba's iconic beaches to its tobacco fields to the legendary Tropicana, get ready to see this island nation under communist rule up close and personal. By day, I'm a TV reporter, but at night, I write a travel vlog because I love to travel. It brings people and cultures together. And when a student travels abroad, not only do they become a global citizen, the subjects they learn in school come to life. This is Globe Scholars. Welcome to Globe Scholars. I'm Tina Beth Pina from TinaBethTravels.com, and today I'm accompanying 14 students from St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey, as we discover Cuba.
No, I wasn't expecting anything at all, but this is really nice.
Yeah. They love us and we love them. It's such a welcoming culture.
Awesome! I can't put words to describe what this experience was.
I kind of came in thinking one thing but got something completely different.
I'm having a good time. That's good. I'm loving all the energy.
The trip started at Newark Airport with the students waiting in anticipation.
I can't stop moving. I just want to get on the plane already and I want to get there.
Well, I'm excited because I've never been to Cuba.
I'm really just ready for a cultural immersion here.
I never thought I would be going to Cuba. This is actually my first international flight, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm more excited.
3 hours later, Annalisa and the rest of the students from St. Peter's landed safely in Havana.
What I want them to get out of this trip is, first of all, to experience a new culture and also to be able to navigate a foreign country, especially one that is so different from the United States. But this is also a global journalism class, so I also want them to see just how the people here in Cuba, what kind of news they're reading, what kind of news they're seeing on television and magazines.
At first glance, Havana, Cuba appears to be a city frozen in time, but a look beyond the surface reveals a vibrant metropolis brimming with cultural riches and pride.
One way to understand Cuba is to try and understand its way of life. And at CNN's Havana Bureau, the students got a first-hand look.
The students were excited as they entered the former Havana Stock Exchange, which is now an office building where news agencies like the BBC, the AP, and CNN's Havana Bureau are located. Although we didn't get permission to film CNN's presentation inside, the students did learn what life is like for journalists reporting and living in Cuba. They listened intensely as they also learned what life is like on a daily basis for Cubans, since many live on as little as $20 or less per month. So a side hustle or two is the norm for many on the island. Upon leaving CNN's Havana Bureau, the students really appreciated and reflected on what they learned from the CNN reporter.
I'm glad that we got a one-on-one to be able to talk to him and ask him direct questions. I really appreciated that because I have a lot of questions regarding journalism in Cuba specifically, so I did enjoy that.
It's interesting when he was with the internet and he was we can't send stories out so fast. We have to come back here no matter where we are. To send it out, it takes a long time. So I thought that was really interesting to see how different it is from being a journalist in the United States.
It's just really interesting to see the perceptions that people have on both ends of each country, and how he said just about every Cuban he's met has a love for America despite the history Cuba has had with it.
Here, Cubans have one news, and then the U.S. has one point of view, and it's you never have the full story unless you come here or you go over there, and you take both and make your one opinion with it.
CNN has deep roots in Cuba, as we found out when we spoke to Benito Albiza, a history professor at the University of Havana, who told us about the impression Cuba made on CNN founder Ted Turner when he visited Cuba over 30 years ago.
Ted Turner, the owner of CNN, he came to Cuba to visit Cuba as a person. Fidel Castro, in their own person, he made a tour guide for him, 4 days. And in the end of that visit, that Tony asked to Fidel, how can I do for everyone know the reality of this country? And Fidel Castro answered, all right, do not say on your newspaper, do not say it on CNN, just tell to your friends they have to come here to see it with their own eyes. Go to the city, speak with the people, walk in the city.